today? Good. Welcome. Feeling a little crazy. Yeah. It's notice of demolition. Notice of demolition. No mission. Notice of demolition. On a mission. Notice of demolition. With your host, Mike and Misha. Where is my commission?
Welcome everybody to Notice of Demolition, episode 4, where we put people, ideas, and books on notice. There's a good chance that they may be demolished, but there could be a chance that they may be redeemed. So I tried something a little different today. Sometimes what I do is if I want to have a good start to a day, I consciously, every person that I bump into in my morning routine, going to get a cup of coffee, maybe a little breakfast, random people, I look at them straight in the face and I say, hey, have a good day today. You know?
Yeah.
I connect with them on a physical level, and it's so funny because they're shocked.
Yeah.
But it's not in a bad way. It's like in a good way. They're like, wow, this person just sent me positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I never get like a weird vibe. It's always like, wow, I'm kind of grateful this person like just did that. And it got me started thinking a little bit how numb people have become to other people around them. I also think social media has destroyed all personal connection to all human beings. But that's just my only opinion. You know, I see people all day on their phone.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost disgusting how often I see people walking around with their phone up, staring at like Instagram or TikTok and just kind of like flipping, flip, you know. So there could be some like good things about social media. It's another way to get news out.
Yeah.
Right? Like to inform people. Like I watch videos. For me, when I work, it's very common for me to have like a video playing on my second screen and me focused on something, because it's just like it's like somebody else in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just so I don't feel alone. Because I get lonely, you know. Like I work in a little shoebox. It's a small room. It's got a door. It's very dark.
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go ahead. Comment.
Oh, the comment is like just because people don't know. It's the thing with orphans is that they spend a lot of time in closets.
In the dark.
In dark closets, so that's why you feel comfortable there. And they offered you a big corner office, but you said with a view on the park, but you said no, I'm taking that. How about that janitor's closet?
So, you know, you always come back to this idea of orphans, and now I want to expand on it. Because I think that a lot of people are orphans in this world, not because they ended up in an orphanage, but because they were raised by parents that literally didn't spend any time with their kids.
For different reasons.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, whatever, you know, kid wakes up, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It could be as innocent as mom and dad wake up early, they take you to school, they work 12 hours a day, you know, they work to support to support the family. Both. You come home from school, you got to make your own food, you got to take care of yourself, figure out a way to put food in your mouth, and then you see them for like 5 minutes, maybe, before you go to bed.
Yeah.
If you get lucky. Yeah. In my opinion, that's about the same as being an orphan. Like you don't really have parents. Yeah. Like you grow up and you don't get any guidance. You don't get any like, you know, values. Mm-hmm. And the weekends, or like if they have a day off, you really think that they're spending time with you? No. they're doing the laundry, they're cleaning the
They're
house,
doing chores.
they're doing chores.
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
And also, on top of that, those parents can also, like, honestly hate you, despise you, and like.
yeah, because they come
having
home
you
thinking,
actually-
and you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Your parents, there's a good chance that they have a resentment towards you. As much as they love you, those two things are not mutually exclusive. Your parents can have a huge resentment because they know they're being shitty parents.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them don't give a shit, but in the back of their head, they know they're shitty parents. They say that what's the statistic? Like, I could be wrong, but like 60%, 40% of Americans pay like 80% of the taxes in America because 60% of Americans don't even make enough money to like hit the first tax bracket. So they're struggling. They're living month to month.
Yeah.
And that's like,
Well, we're not talking only about Americans, you know.
no, yeah, we're talking about people around the world
Kind
here.
of know the world, yeah, and
Yeah, so I mean, I wanted
It's a
to
very
expand on this
different
idea.
yeah.
I wanted to get away from people thinking about orphanages. I wanted to expand it so people understand that if you grew up in an environment where you didn't have parents that were there for you all the time, it's not your fault, but there is a point when you grow up, when you get old enough, where it is your responsibility to either find someone that can mentor you, that can guide you, or teach you something that you can use to grow up and become a useful fucking adult.
Any person can teach you. It shouldn't be one person.
Anybody.
You can learn from
Surround
anyone.
yourself around people.
That's why you learn to listen.
Okay. I never learned to listen. I talk too much.
That's why you're here.
But you know why I talk too much? Because I'm demanding attention.
Yeah.
My problem, I think this is introspection, and I'd love your comments on this one. If people around you don't give you any chance or opportunity to be heard. There's a difference between your noise in the room and like being heard. It's called active listening. If the people around you do not practice any active listening and you're just basically noise, you know, then you develop this behavior of always trying to talk because you're worried that no one's actually listening to you.
You know what I think? I think one gives birth to another one, and it's a cycle. So if you talk too much, you become a noise. And you became a noise, you see you're not getting attention, you start talking more. So I think you should make more pauses in your speaking and talk less.
You know, I've been working on that for 20 years and I've been failing. It's not easy to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
There's two kinds of people, you know, in my mind. There's the people who sit there, listen to what you have to say. They're like sponges. They soak in what you say, and then they respond with an intellectual response. Active listeners.
Yeah.
And then there are bricks. It's a brick. You know, like you're saying something and nothing's actually getting in. What they're really doing is waiting for their turn to talk. It's kind of like, okay, when are you done talking so I can talk? Or even worse, they just interrupt you. Just, you know, like it completely changed the topic, and then you're left feeling like, okay, like this was a waste of my time.
But there is a third one, is a broadcaster, who just never shut up. And I'm not talking about you, because you can listen, but they never shut up and they don't listen. And you learn it pretty fast, so you just listen to them and that's it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think teachers are like that too, you know, in school. They never shut up, they just keep talking, and you're supposed to be quiet the whole time. Am I right? Am I right? And if you talk, you get smacked in the face. So
I don't mind people talking all the time because I'm getting all of information and they're getting none.
Okay, so there's
I
a
advantage.
big difference between me and Misha. Okay, the difference between us is that he's a great listener, and I'm just like a nonstop talker. So Misha is like, we became good friends because he likes to listen to my bullshit, and then he comes back with like very specific, on point questions or comments that make it obvious that he was actually listening to me, and it makes me feel good.
But sometimes I'm just trying to trigger you, but you react very positively.
He does trigger me, and I think he does that on purpose.
Of course, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
Were you listening to me? Or you're just broadcasting your own bullshit? Look, and I want to come back to this your morning routine. I hate when people do this. I go, I mind my own business. Hey, how you doing? I don't know you. Why are you smiling to me? You know, I don't like this. And I'm coming from the smaller town, you know, where people know each other, and they know each other to the extent they know that you did something like last summer or whatever, because people gossip, you know. And when you move to the city, when you move to the bigger city, you love that even your neighbor next door, he doesn't know you. You live there for 3 years, 5 years. He doesn't want to know you. You never say hi. You maybe not, you know. And it's perfect. It's just perfect. And if I want to initiate conversation, I go and initiate it. I don't want anyone doing unsolicited initiation of any conversation.
How about, okay, I think what you're talking about is like you see your neighbor and you just kind of go...
Yeah, or just don't look at him.
Okay, that's weird.
Why?
That's weird.
Not looking?
Yeah.
It's great.
No, it's weird.
No, it's great.
I don't agree with you. I think that's weird. I think if you live next to someone for 5 years, they open the door, you open the door, and you don't look at their face.
Yeah, but there is a thin line between looking and staring.
To me, I'm sitting there thinking, this guy's the asshole on
I'm
floor.
coming from my apartment. I don't want you even to look inside of my apartment.
That's different.
Just look to your shoes or whatever, to the ground.
Yeah, but just, hey, nod, bye.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I do that only to neighbors I respect.
Well, how do you get any respect for them if you never spit?
If they don't look at me, I already respect them.
Oh my God.
I understand they understand me. They have this similar mindset related to this issue, and I understand where they're coming from. I don't want other orphans initiating any conversations with me.
We're so opposite, bro. It's like, holy shit.
I'm not your bro. Look to the ground.
Like, you know what I do? I go to everyone on the floor and I knock on their door and introduce myself.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
You hate that
I hate that guy. No, maybe you, because you have this certain aura. I don't know, because we became friends like first 5 minutes or 10 minutes we met, you know.
Yeah.
But other people mostly they cannot do it. Maybe you do it the best. I don't know. But it might be. Look, someone on the planet Earth does it the best. Why it can be you? Could be you.
I don't expect anything from anyone. Ever.
You don't expect what?
Anything. I don't expect.
Yeah.
I don't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
I come in, I say hi, have a nice day, peace out.
Yeah.
Some people are so void of any positive energy coming their way all day. I mean, all day. That if any positive energy comes their way, it's like foreign, but it feels good.
Look, but so often this energy...
I'm not patting you on the back.
No, but so often this energy, like you're getting this energy, but then you think, what does he want from me?
Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I walk into Starbucks and I hold the door.
Yeah.
For someone else.
Yeah. So you think they cannot open the door? Or what?
No. It's called being nice.
Yeah, I know, but you look.
And
I'm going to the door of whatever. Fuck the Starbucks. I hate Starbucks. I go unless they sponsor the show. I go to the door. Fuck any company that's not sponsoring this show. I'm going to the boycott everyone. Make your own clothes. Grow your own food.
Oh, listen. Don't listen to him.
I go to the door, right? And then there's this not shaved, just woke up man with buttons.
I want to be more sexy, but my producer told me button your shit up.
Yeah. And I'm walking this, and then there's a guy holding the door for me. I don't want this. I can open the door, you know. I don't need. Maybe he's asking for $1 or something. And when you hold this door, I'm just gonna look at you and say, get a job.
Okay, you know what? At this point right now, I feel bad for you.
Why?
Because you are not opening yourself up to the universe's energy.
Yeah, but every time I open myself to the universe's energy, the universe fucks me up. You know? That's it. That's what happened.
Let's move on to the next key.
My universe expect me to fight back every time it approaches me, and then we have this beautiful dance, you know.
You know what? We came from very different.
I like good fight. That's how I make friends. I like a good fight, you know.
Okay, I've only been in like one really good fight in my life where I got knocked out. One. I was drunk at a bar. I was 22 years old, and you know, the guy beat the shit out of me, and I came home, and my dad was like, "Did that feel good?"
And you said you should have seen the other girl.
Okay. I can't do this anymore.
It's funny because it's true. Okay, let's go. So we are continuing with our favorite book so far. 22 Keys to Sales Success by James M. Benson and Paul Karasi. Great guys, buy this book. It's amazing. You're gonna learn so much.
Why are you telling them to buy this book?
Because it's a great book. We're getting such a great material. You can learn from shitty lessons.
The point of the show is, okay, you will never know what's wrong unless somebody explains to you it's wrong.
No. Oh, the point of the show? No. What I'm saying,
like,
buy the book, and why is it have your own head?
Yeah, but
what
we're trying to do here is go through each key and highlight
from our
the fraction of there's a fraction of truth. So
our point is there's a lot of bad advices, but you should buy a book and read it for yourself and figure that out.
Make your own decisions
and call us out on this, on our bullshit. You know?
Yeah, but this book's on notice.
Yeah.
For this show, 100%.
We are bullshit artists in training, and this is actually your morning bit when you say, "Hey, hi, have a great day." This is kind of a bit of a bullshit, you know. So you give people.
Oh, I do that on purpose.
A little bit of but it's positive bullshit. So bullshit can be different. It can be positive. It can be playful. It can be harmful.
I want to open up another discussion.
Yeah, please.
Positive, deliberate bullshit. When you are going out of your way to deliver positive bullshit into the world.
Yeah. You can do great things with bullshit.
And you know what?
It's a tool.
Guess what?
Yes.
That's called sales. That's called sales. You are going out of your way. You have something. And if it's shit, you are honestly going out of your way to send out this positive energy to sell your bullshit. So,
and now look, tomorrow you're going to the bank, for example, and you want to get a loan for your business.
Yeah.
And guess who is there, like this, making a decision on it? The guy you told today, have a great day.
Yeah.
You look awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like, he might don't even remember, but subconsciously he has this vibe, this energy you send him. It's kind of there. He's like, oh, I think it's the guy.
I think that rolls into one of the keys we're talking about today. What's the title of the key?
Today?
Yeah.
First one. So we are continuing with, now we are on the key 7. Give them something to say yes to.
Oh, okay. Give them something. All right. So the title of this key is it's called a call to action in marketing. A call to action.
Well, it's more of a preparation
No,
before the call.
no. Give them something to say yes to is basically in marketing a call to action.
I disagree.
How?
Call to action is, hey, could you please ring the bell? Could you please push the
that's
like
something
button?
to say yes to.
No. You do the
You just
preparation.
asked me a question. You just asked me.
Action and preparation is different things. What are they saying? Look, they
Fill out this form. Call to action.
This is the call to action. But what you ask them to
Press
say,
this button.
what you're asking them to say yes to is to simple question that doesn't require them to do anything, and it's very obvious that anyone would gonna answer yes. Do you love your kids? It's not a cover. You would say yes. Then it's Dale Carnegie stuff.
Okay.
That's what he thought. Make a person say 10 times yes, 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 but the 11th question is gonna be, would you like to sign or buy or whatever. That is the action.
That's called priming.
This is what they're saying. Priming. This is the priming.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I read
All right.
the key and
You're approaching this. I'm approaching this from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah, but I'm approaching.
You're approaching this from a psychological standpoint.
From the book standpoint. I'm explaining what they say about what they said here.
Okay.
So they say craft your presentation in a way that person ideally would have to answer yes to half of the. I'm adding from myself to half of the unknowing questions you have.
Okay, I got it. So, is the sky blue? Yes.
Yeah. Do you have 2 arms? Yes. Would you like $1 million? Yes.
Yes.
And
Do
would
you
you
have-
please sign this?
Yeah. You just keep going with the
Yes,
dumbest
yes,
questions
yes,
possible. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they have
yes.
this example. Do
And then
want
you hit
some-
them with the question, would you like to buy life insurance? Yes.
So it's like a hypnosis. You're preparing, so they might sleep and say yes, and then you're gonna try. What? Are you a man of your word or whatever? You just said yes.
Yes,
Are
yes,
you
yes, yes,
pussy?
yes. This is all about. This is a consumer psychology 101. It's called priming.
You
You're
know what I
priming.
want? I want to hear on the one question from the salesman that I'm gonna respond yes to. If the salesman asks me, would you like to go to the lunch with me to discuss it in your favorite expensive restaurant? And I would say yes,
Yes.
yes,
Well, you're getting straight to. Well, you know what you're doing here?
yes.
You're. What you're doing is you're giving me something to say yes to.
Yes.
Okay. There's too many puns here.
Yes.
Yeah. There's too many puns here. We could do this whole episode with you just saying yes.
Yes.
What were you talking about yesterday? It was how to do improv.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and then
Yes, and.
yes, and
Yeah. That's how they do. That's one of the tools they use in improv theater. But this is the basic one, the most important one. You shouldn't say no. You can't say no to your partner, the ones that gives you something, because how they do improv, they just make up something on the spot. So you're not prepared. But you cannot shut the person down, because if you're shutting down, you're saying no, you're destroying what's been created just right now, and you have to create the other reality.
the only difference
So-
between improv and sales is that there's no and word. You're just guiding someone down a path that ends with a sale.
Look, I brought that up yesterday, yes, and as a technique. When, for example, you have a person that's like, you like this person, and they're giving you some idea, and they maybe want you to go along with it, and you hated the idea, and you have big contradictions to it. You have maybe even experience in that idea, and you can give them billion points why it's bad.
Yeah.
But when you do that, they shut down or they start arguing with you, and you have these bad vibes. And just what I suggested is you go yes and together you go to the point. So we are not opposite here. You say yes, I say no. You say yes, I say no. You say yes, and I say yes, and I go to your side and I hug you, and together we go and then you start seeing how ridiculous the thing you were saying.
I have another way of looking at it. I think if someone comes up to you with an idea that's like broad, that they feel strongly about, to your point, I'm gonna agree with you in a lot of ways right now. I'm gonna say, shut up. All your reservations, no matter how much experience you have in the idea that this person is bringing to you, just shut up. Yes. Tell me more. Okay. Tell me more. All right. I love this idea. Just keep going. I think what ends up happening is that the eventuality of this conversation is that that person begins to realize that they've got no fucking clue what they're talking about.
I think that's just exactly you're repeating what I just said, but thank you.
But I'm more clear.
The only difference is that what you do, you just say yes, but I join person in this conversation and I guide them to the bottom.
I'm saying you don't even have to do that.
I'm saying that's a great skill and it's much more fun.
I don't know about
There are two different skills. In your skill, you just sit and you try to control yourself not to say no. You can
That's
say
true.
yes, and you hope they're gonna go there and see all the bad stuff and figure it out and say, oh, okay, maybe this one is a great idea. But I'm joining, and that your method can take much longer and more risky if this is something important. It can be. So better train on, as we say, train on cats. So train on something not important, something like...
Cats are not important.
Yeah, cats are not important.
Cats are
train or... Yeah, I love more dogs, but I don't like them.
You know why I like dogs?
I don't like them around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time you come home, if you have a dog, it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like they saw you for the first time. They kiss you, they love you. Cats, totally different. You walk home, they look at you and they say, who the fuck are you? All right, feed me. I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
It's like they choose.
Yeah.
They choose to give you affection. And normally, they give you affection because they want something. Dogs, they're crazy. They just want to be loved.
You know what they say, this joke that's not a joke actually, try locking your wife and your dog in the trunk of your car and then open it in an hour and then you can see who really truly loves you.
That's disgusting.
Unconditionally.
That's so messed up. Oh my god, on so many ways. That's pretty dark, bro.
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking
You're talking to a dark bro.
That's pretty dark.
Well, it's they say it.
So give your customers something to say yes to.
Yeah, invite them to dinner and just
So
spend money on them. Call me.
I mean, you would have to be a real idiot to say no to someone who's willing to spend money on you with no strings attached. But I personally, from experience, okay, so there's people who call you and they tell you, would you like a free vacation to any hotel in the world? Just whatever. But you have to come to the seminar to listen to a short little presentation about something, whatever.
Something that's actually relevant to your life.
Yeah, maybe it's relevant. Come listen to this short presentation, and then you will get 2 free tickets to a hotel of your choice in Bali and Hawaii, all these nice places. So guess what? It's hard to say no, unless you've been fooled before. But let's imagine that you've never been fooled. Yeah. So you go, you say yes, you go to the hall, the big seminar room. All of a sudden you realize there's like 500 people in this seminar room, okay? And they go back and they lock the door. So you can't leave. Mm-hmm. Now they bring you like a chicken dinner, like rubber.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, rubber chicken.
Oh.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said no to that.
Yeah. They bring you a chicken dinner with like rice, just this much.
I love rice.
And the only reason they give you the food so that you have like enough energy to listen to their bullshit. Because they don't want you falling asleep. So that seminar is like 4 hours long. 4 or 5 hours. And they do these sales tactics where they walk away, they let you sit and think, they come back, they drop the price a little bit, they drop the price a little bit. Okay, you know, if you're not interested, by the way, you'll get your free ticket no matter what. But you know what? I'm going to go step away and talk to my manager, and I think I can get a better deal. That same line happens like 20 times, and by the end, you look at your watch, it's like 4 hours have gone by, and this guy has been trying to give you reasons to say yes for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
that's why they like to run like 20 miles and more, so they have stamina to
yeah. I mean, I've done seminar marketing myself. I used to be a financial advisor. So I think I'm qualified to talk about this stuff because I personally used to be a financial advisor. I sold life insurance.
Yeah.
I did this bullshit. I threw seminars. I convinced people to show up. I fed them rubber chicken. And during the seminar, I did this exact stuff. I gave them reasons to say yes. And by the end of the seminar, the point of the seminar is to give them no more objections. To like all the objections that they have in their mind are gone. But you get like 5%. If you had like 100 people in the room, you get like 5% of them to sign up for a meeting.
Yeah.
And of the 5%, you do a one-on-one sales pitch, and you get like 60% of those people to buy. So the money, the commission that you make on those sales, as long as it's more than the seminar costs and as long as it's more than the marketing costs, you got a real business. You got a real business. So this key is not necessarily wrong. It's not necessarily a bad tactic in the sense, if you're talking about sales strategies, okay, it happens all the time.
All the time, yeah.
All the time. The point of this show is right now we're educating you on next time you see an ad on YouTube, probably going to happen about 5 seconds after, we finish this topic, because that's what YouTube does. Pay attention to what they're trying to get you to say yes to. Pay attention. And once you're like conscious of this sales tactic, I promise you are going to be so much more comfortable and so much more pissed off every time you see an ad, because you're going to be like, these motherfuckers, I know what they're doing.
Yeah, but also
they're trying to get me to say yes to something so they can sell me something later.
Also in person, you can have fun with it when you kind of learn about this trick and just try it. Try it on your family, on your kids, on your wife, just for fun. Just try it so you know how it works. And next time when you experience it, because if you know how it works, you tried it yourself.
Are you sadistic?
You're gonna no. It's for.
Are you sadistic? I mean,
it's for fun, for good things.
For fun, okay.
For example, you want your kid to go to bed. You want your kid to eat something, and you try this tactic. I'm not saying about harm.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not saying about harm. Why are you?
I tell my kid, guess what? There's surprises tomorrow. Don't you want surprises? Yeah, I want surprises, but you have to go to sleep. Oh, okay, Daddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and next time, for example, if someone approach you, the salesperson or whatever, and they start doing it to you, you're gonna recognize it like this.
That's the idea.
They know they're doing it. You see and you know they're doing it, and at the certain moment they're gonna see and know that you know that they're doing it.
And they give up.
They're gonna stop. No, they're gonna keep doing it, and you both gonna kind of maybe smile to each other. And then when the question comes to say yes, you say no. Or the best thing that I do, because I recognize this bullshit question from the first question one, and I just say no to the obviousest one that you expect to say yes. Would you like $1 million? No.
No. Tax free?
No.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
How can I pay more taxes?
I'm gonna give you.
Teach me that. Just destroy them.
Okay.
Destroy them with no.
Okay.
Have fun with it. You know.
Okay. So you're that guy. You're that guy. The cold caller. He calls. You know. He calls. You know. He's like, "Would you like $1 million?"
No.
The first thing you say is, "No."
No.
But what if I can get you the $1 million tax free?
No.
Oh, so you don't like money?
This is not yes/no question.
Yes, it is. Do you like money?
No, you ask. You don't like money.
Okay. Pretend I said, do you like money?
No.
No. Do you like buying things?
No. You know what I like? Ask me what you like.
What do you like?
No. And I'm not hanging up. I'm not hanging up.
Sorry.
My challenge, every time you have to have a goal in the challenge. It's like sport. So my challenge for him to hang up.
Can you hang up the phone?
But sometimes with the
No.
no. with the people who try to like scam you into something, you know, especially with the spam mail.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to go with them, you know. I respond and we start having this back and forth.
Oh, you're the worst.
So I do yes and. And some people they wanted to. I don't remember what was the premise, but basically something innocent, but they needed like small amount of money for eventually me getting more money, you know,
of course.
this thing. And I said, look, I'm with you on this. I really like this idea. It's great. Sounds great. But the problem is that I'm like a small farmer in like village in the mountain or whatever. And I have only like produce. I have like pig meat. I have eggs. I have all
you
this.
take eggs.
And I can send you this, but I don't have money to buy packaging and shipping. Could you send me some money so I can ship you meat and eggs so you can sell it, invest this money, and give me my profit?
It's like
This was a business.
It's like you don't want to say no. You're like, I want to give you what you want.
Yeah.
I want to give you what you want. I can only tell you what I have. But
So-
if you want it, I need money to ship it to you.
Yeah. So what I'm saying for the practice purpose, bullshit back. So right now, I used to be like that. If a person like Michael in the morning would like pass by, hey, have a great day, and I'm like.
So you're hoping for a cold call.
But now I bullshit back all the time because it's just a small practice. Like right now, like you're a guy who passing by, and you have this basketball and you're playing, and then you give me a pass, I catch it, and I boom, dribble, pass it back, and
you're like a rare creature. You're a rare creature.
No. It's because right now I'm talking about it. That's why you are identifying it and people can see it. But when you meet me in the wild, out there in the jungle,
you're having fun. You're sitting there laughing your ass off.
You won't notice it.
You're laughing your ass off.
Inside.
You're having a
outside, and what you would feel as my victim, or partner, or
you're having a blast.
Well, look,
99% of people don't even let them get through the first word.
My point is practice, and when you practice enough, you start having a blast. It goes to any sport. When you start any sport, first you're struggling. Your muscles are not ready. You know, you're not there reaction-wise. You don't know rules maybe. So you have to go to the plateau. So bullshit, hard. You have to press your ego somewhere, you know, you have to work on yourself. But when you reach this plateau, then where you can start having fun is in any sport.
You know what? Your discipline level is
bullshit,
is
but you reach it with practice. It's not
your discipline is incredible.
That's actually right now I'm quoting you because you said, you know how you get better at something? Practice.
Yeah.
That's why we are bullshitting each other. This is a bullshit show. So.
Oh, there's a funny quote. How did you get to Carnegie Hall? practice. Carnegie Hall is like a music place, like in New York, I think. I don't know. It's like a famous, you know, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Anyway,
Okay,
so
I don't get it.
we beat this key up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
every time you identify a simple, easy question that is,
yes, and
you were supposed to say yes, either do yes and go with them, and bring it to the levels of absurdity,
yeah,
your answer, or say no and shut them down, and see where it leads you.
or yes and a question.
Okay, key number 8. Develop a marketing rhythm. 2 types of people are successful, and they are on opposite ends of intelligence continuum. I like this word
Continuum.
Yeah. Very smart and very stupid.
No shit, Sherlock.
So he said that in his experience, they're all very stupid people who just, because they lack intelligence, it's the author saying right now. They lack intelligence, that's why they stick to simple routines, and over time it works. So they stick to the simplest advices in sales.
Yeah.
They just keep doing them. They don't experiment, they don't go wild, they don't let their mind to ruin this advice with overthinking, and they reach some level of success.
That's called statistics.
And then he said, but other people on the other spectrum of continuum, they are super smart, and of course here talking about himself and his co-author of the book. He said that they're so smart that they use the techniques of dumb people. And they stick to these routines.
You know, I used to work I used to do some consulting, and actually I still do consulting for marketing agencies and other firms. One of the first firms that I did consulting for was basically exactly what we're making fun of. What we're talking about is like they had a room of like 50 salespeople, and they're taking phone calls, cold calls. And the sales manager, buddy of mine, we became great friends, and he starts giving me the inside psychology of what he does to keep people motivated. Because it's a hard job. It's a room full of orphans picking up the phone and getting like mutilated psychologically. Every time they pick up the phone, someone says "fuck you" and hangs up. I mean, how many times can you just emotionally accept that before you walk out the door and say, hey, you know, I hate this job? So what they do, the sales managers, every morning they get up and they say, listen, this is a hard job. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. You're doing a really, really hard job, but you can be very successful. You could be very successful. All it takes is one yes. All it takes is one yes. And there's a statistic that is proven in this business. Numbers. If you make today 150 phone calls, you're going to get one yes. And it's not me coming up with these numbers.
Yeah.
This is a statistic from huge research about what we do. So now you go from fear of like your job to I'm going to do 150 calls and I'm going to get a yes and I'm going to be successful. That is the biggest mindfuck I've ever heard. Wouldn't you agree? You just took a room full of people scared out of their mind because they're going to get 150 no's, and then you got them excited to get one yes.
Yeah.
That's a marketing rhythm. He does that every morning.
Yeah.
And the low end of the spectrum of intelligence eats that shit up like oatmeal every morning. Every morning they eat the same shit. And it's like, can you imagine that the sales guy, the sales manager gives you the same speech every morning, same speech. And you eat it like oatmeal. And you know, you eat oatmeal in the morning, like let's say you're one of those people that eat the same breakfast every day.
Yeah.
Same thing. And you know, these above intelligence guys, these above intelligence guys, they're the ones who are running the business. They're the ones who are laughing their way to the bank because they know inside their head that there are idiots out there who eat this shit up like oatmeal.
Yeah, but what's the... I mean, the company exists, it works, they pay the bill for electricity, people have office, they make money, these guys who call, they still have something, they have salary, you know, they learn something, they learn to hear no all the time, kind of, and some of them...
It's not normal for people to hear no. It's a very difficult thing for someone, especially when the person on the other line...
It's okay, but it's not gonna be difficult for you for a long time.
Okay,
2 weeks.
if I call
then
it, okay, just imagine sitting
Yeah.
there in a cubicle this big.
Oh,
You're sitting there in a cubicle this big.
that's a nice.
There's a
cubicle.
wall right here.
That's a nice.
There's a little computer, and you're on your little like thing right here. And
Are you saying just right now that I can have my own cubicle,
Yeah.
not shared with anyone, just for me?
Okay, now that's a privilege.
That's a great privilege. I'm not sitting.
You know
on
what
the,
you're doing?
I'm not sitting
You're
on
mind
the
fucking
ground.
me right now.
I'm not sitting on the ground.
Stop mind fucking me. I get what you're doing. You're flipping it.
I'm not thinking. I'm giving
You're
a
flipping
perspective.
it. You're flipping it.
Because you are coming from perspective of
You're flipping it.
the great
Okay.
United States of America. But if you look at the world, some people, have you seen these videos of guys in India like sitting on the ground and manufacturing something, just sitting there? They didn't even have table. But now you are telling me that I can have my own desk, my own cubicle, my own computer there, you know?
You know what?
And I have a boss, but I have a boss who inspires me every fucking day. I would kiss that guy on the cheek.
Oh my god. I just got flipped.
And I will learn from him.
I just got flipped.
I will learn from that guy.
I just got flipped.
How to inspire others, desperate people.
I got flipped. I just figured. You just taught me something.
If you see
Instead
someone,
of getting scared, make them feel
yeah,
grateful.
look, yeah, why?
Make them feel grateful.
Scared. When you're scared, you get stupid. That's it. Your mind just
Yeah, it turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah, fear is the mind killer. That
So-
comes from the book Dune.
Eliminate it. That's why I was talking before also on other episode about controlled self-deception. That's also how you can eliminate fear.
Controlled self-deception.
Yeah, once you see the fear and it's hard, it's your emotion, it's chemicals in your body, it's hard to kill, you know. So you have to learn how to deceive yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I never learned how to deceive myself like Misha did.
You do it all the time. You're not admitting it.
I'm not good at it.
You do it. You just more practice.
More pills.
Yeah, and when you get to the plateau, you start having fun. You're gonna start. It's a sport. Everything is a sport.
I like this key. This key is a good key.
And also in the book they say the like kind of obvious thing, like a Captain Obvious moment. They say find something that works and keep doing it over and over again.
Really? You mean? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's coming to my head right now. It's coming to my head right now. So bang your head against the wall, over.
No.
And
Find
over.
something that
and
works.
over and over and over and over again. But the whole point of the exercise was because you like to feel pain.
No, the point here it's all sales.
It works.
It all sales related. So he said find something that was, for example, you have this approach that works and people buy. Okay, just keep repeating this one.
Until it stops working.
That's it.
So I'm gonna drop some truth and knowledge. So in the marketplace, if there's a profit margin in any business, if you have a healthy profit margin in a business, it's called asymmetric information. You must have some kind of information that is making you more competitive, and you know something that other people don't, which is making you successful. Okay? Let's say there's a 40% margin on a product you're selling. All of a sudden, people around you start realizing this motherfucker is making real good money. What is he doing? New market entrants come in. profit margins start getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it's not worth doing the business anymore. So your marketing rhythm, guess what? It ain't worth it. It doesn't work all the time. It might work for a while. You know what works all the time? Adaptation. The ability to pivot, know when to pivot, and give up on a losing proposition fast. That's when you know you're good at business. Yeah. When you realize, okay, this is getting too competitive. My marketing strategy it's still working.
Yeah.
But you have the visibility you're like thinking, okay, in a year, this is not going to work anymore. So what I need to do is I need to find a new trick. And you start early to pivot into a profitable business model. So I'm going to put a fucking bomb on this notice of demolition. This right here, I can only do this because I've been in marketing for a long time, and this is like the pond I swim in all day. So don't follow this advice. I'm going to stop. Follow this advice a little bit, but with a caveat. Always keep your eyes open to the point where it's not working as well as it used to. And then be fast to change or move or go into a different direction.
It's very complicated. It's a great advice coming from you, but it's a very complicated thing.
It's not easy to do.
It's almost impossible.
It's the hardest thing to do. If this one skill alone separates the best of the best business people and the ones who fail. The ones who get like one product, like all of a sudden they're millionaires and then their business crashes.
Yeah. One time miracle.
It's like a one-hit wonder, like musicians that get one song and that's the last song, So, okay, yeah, that was my speech.
Great speech. I love it. I love it. Let's go to the key number 9. Follow the 60-20-20 rule. So what they're saying, it's kind of little bit contradicts the previous key. This guy, they like to do it.
Kings of contradiction.
State something and then contradict themselves. Usually they do it within the same key, but let's listen to this. After you've gotten your business up and running, it's not unusual to discover that your income has reached a plateau. You are caught up in what we call repeated activity result syndrome. So first in the key A, they advise you to go into this repetitive marketing rhythm into this syndrome, to put yourself on this syndrome, repeated activity result syndrome. And here they say, oh, you got caught in this repetitive result syndrome. You need 60-20-20 rule. What were you thinking? You disgust me right now.
This is pathetic.
Yeah.
This is really pathetic.
And then they say, you are on a treadmill that goes nowhere. First of all, treadmills, they all goes nowhere. There's like... this analogy...
Wait. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
This analogy doesn't work.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
At all.
That pun was terrible.
Terrible. It wasn't a joke. They kind of serious about it.
Of course. These are two guys. They sound serious about it.
The treadmill that goes nowhere, it works. It's a schematics. They do like in the book they do schematics, but they're so I don't know. It's like not even 6th grade schematics. Activity, result, repeat. So this is the treadmill of...
You mean the hamster wheel?
I don't know what the hell they mean. They mean this marketing rhythm, I think. activity, result, repeat activity. So a result, we assume the result is positive result, you know.
And do it again.
And of course you repeat positive.
So
why would you don't repeat the positive, the activity that leads to positive result? I don't understand, but still. So they say you do this, blah blah blah, and you feel you reached the plateau of your income.
Okay.
First of all, that I would say, you reach the plateau. Is this a good plateau? Is this enough money for you? And this activity result, Treadmill works. So maybe you shouldn't go crazy, right?
Let it ride.
And if it's not exhausting you completely, spend time with your family. Get a hobby.
You know what? You're fucking right. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I just spent 5 minutes talking about like how to improve your business adaptation. The problem is there are people like you that their values are different. They work not for the accumulation of money.
Yeah.
They work because it gives them time to do other things that are more pleasurable in life.
Yeah.
These people are obviously focused on one thing, the accumulation of unlimited wealth.
They enslave themselves.
Yeah.
They enslave themselves.
Enslave themselves to the concept of making more and more money.
And then they assume that everybody want to be a slave of that mentality.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, for me personally, the goal of life is not to constantly try to make money for the rest of my life.
Or buy shit.
So there's a very well-known like PhD out of Massachusetts. I can't remember the college. He came up with this concept called the happiness curve. Okay, the happiness curve it's a curve of income, that amount of money that you need to make in order to reach maximum happiness per dollar earned. Mm-hmm. Every dollar in addition to that maximum point on the curve has a diminishing margin of returns. So you're getting less happiness for every additional dollar that you make. So this is why you can find people that are living a modest life, that are absolutely 100% satisfied with their quality of their life, because they've reached that maximum, or they're close to the maximum curve. And this is also why you can meet millionaires that are fucking depressed out of their mind, broke because they spent every nickel in their pocket to try and be happy. Because they don't know why they're not happy. Because they spend all their time trying to make money. So it's called the happiness curve. Look it up.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
So what they advise in this 60-20-20 rule to how to stop running the treadmill that goes nowhere. So 60% of your time, do what you were doing. Boring, repetitive work, you run on the treadmills because you have to support yourself.
I want to call it a hamster wheel.
Hamster wheel, doesn't matter. Like, oh, okay. And then 20% of your time, study and research. Sounds great. Like on paper, study, research, that sounds great. And then they say, and the rest 20%, implement what you think makes sense, try new things of the things that you learned. You know, so you research and study, and you think, oh, this might work, this might work. So you go and try different things. That's what they say. Like, keep your hamster wheel that works, that bring you income. You know.
Yeah, I got it. But I'm just trying to think. You're spending 40% of your time not making money.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You're sacrificing money that you should have been getting.
So,
you know?
Okay, I'm gonna truth bomb. There's a thing called the Pareto principle. In business, what it means is 80% of your income comes from 20% of your clients.
Yeah, we discussed it in key 3 or whatever.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. So what you really should be doing is really focusing on how to expand your business with your best customers. Not because they're a fixed number of people, but because in sociology, people who are wealthy typically spend time with other people who are wealthy. They typically do. Remember I talked to you about your average income in life ends up becoming the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with?
Yeah.
So if this person is wealthy, there's a good chance that the 5 people they spend the most time with are similarly wealthy. And if you're getting 80% of your income from these 20% of these people, why are you spending 20% of your time trying to find a new fucking trick?
Yeah, or researching.
Or researching. Yeah. I'm giving you the answer right here.
And also by trying...
Build value, build relationships. Try and turn these 20% of the people into referral engines. This is what you need to be doing. This key has been demolished.
Also,
nuclear bomb.
Look, decide for yourself when enough is enough. This is also one of the... When enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
I think they just put that key in there because they had to.
Yeah.
We were about to enter...
Yeah, enter Narnia. So key...
Narnia.
Key...
This whole book is Narnia.
So we're gonna go just quickly through, just name them. Key 10 is automate your sales process. So I honestly, I'm just wondering. This book was published in 2014, and
nothing's changed.
And
marketing hasn't changed in a long time.
Yeah, I understand, but automate your sales process, and they go there, they just say, oh, hey, look, there are some like computer programs you can use.
Oh, really? Like a CRM?
To put your clients' names there, to...
Oh, it's called a spreadsheet?
Yeah.
You know, they've had Excel since like 1990 or...
Yeah.
I think Bill Gates made his first billion on that concept of a spreadsheet where you have columns and each column is like a name, first name, last name, phone number, email address, and you just kind of like have it and you use it. The greatest innovation in CRM was called the upload. It was the upload into like a system that emails everybody all at once. Instead of emailing people one at a time, you can upload all of those rows.
Let me tell you something. There are some people, like for example,
my grandfather, who's not alive.
My wife, she used to work at the institute, and there was this like...
I'm not going to ask what institute.
Head of it, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But what the guy did, he asked assistant to print web pages for him. So
print web pages.
Yeah,
That's my mother.
Let's move on. Key 11. Open the Johari window. We discussed it on episode 1. We started with it because this whole show started with the Johari window.
We chose this book based on this key alone.
Yeah.
We realized that this key is so much bullshit.
But the whole idea, even to demolition, it's kind of...
In fact,
Genesis.
The name of this show is somewhat related to the Johari window.
Yeah. So, but the main thing of Johari window is basically can be put in 2 words: be nice.
Be nice. Just be nice.
Key 12. Market yourself as the expert. The more you learn about your products, the more you want to talk about them. But guess what? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. The more you know about what people care, the easier it gets to sell to them.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. So, let me tell you something. You kind of have to get someone's attention before you can actually even be an expert and it matters. Wouldn't you agree? Like, if you don't give a shit about what I'm talking about at all, I don't care how smart you are, it's going through one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's like, okay, you're talking, but I'm not listening. I actually can't wait for you to stop talking so that I can leave. That's kind of where my head's at. I don't know where. How do you guys feel about that? That's like. Actually, I want to know from the audience in the comments. I want to know, how long are you willing to wait through a conversation with somebody who's trying to sell you something that you have 100% no interest in buying? And it doesn't matter how smart they are. A minute? 5 minutes? Would you be willing to sit through an hour if they offer you a lobster lunch?
Oh yeah. I'll take a survey.
I'll take a survey. I'll take that lobster. I'll take that lobster.
Oh, I need a survey. Lobster. Let's call it lobster survey.
Let's call it the lobster survey.
Oh, it's gonna be a look. We're gonna definitely write a book about something like this, or keys to success or failure.
The keys to failure.
Yeah, and one of the keys is gonna be a lobster survey.
Yeah, lobster survey is the
Lobster
key to
survey.
failure.
Yeah.
That's the path to
Yeah, I think we're gonna just write about bullshitry. The art of bullshit.
No, 22
Why?
keys to bullshit of sales.
22 buckets.
The 22 bullshit keys of sales success, of sales failures.
Sales. No, it's already written. It's just the title is wrong.
Okay, keep on going. Keep on going.
So his point is, I think someone shamed him, one of the authors, of being a salesperson, because he says there's like stigma associated with being a salesperson. Well, stigma there is for a reason. If you practice putting people into fear, and so they have to buy life insurance, that's kind of stigma is deserved.
You know why the stigma is there? I'm going to tell you why. The stigma is there because of the key that we talked about a couple episodes ago. We talked about walking into a room full of women who are, what was it?
Widowed and
divorced. And you're talking about life insurance to these people while you're holding their hand.
No, not life insurance. You're talking about managing their finances.
Managing their finances.
He says they are not experienced in that, and you come as a hero expert.
Yeah, that to me is right there. The reason why there's a stigma.
Or you try to infiltrate
because that is a filthy, indignant approach to sales.
Yeah.
Taking these women who are just widowed, their husbands. I mean, the soil hasn't even settled on their husband's grave, and you're showing up like the White Knight, and you're like putting your hand on their shoulder while your wife is in the room, and like she knows the game you're playing. Like, I'm offended. I'm offended. You know what? That's why you have a sales stigma. That's why you have a sales stigma. If you follow these keys to failure, of course, there is a sales stigma that's out there. So don't.
And another, they give a lot of examples why stigma is there. Another one, when they try to infiltrate our club, we have our social circle, club of our friends or whatever by interest, and then we see this guy that's so obvious he's infiltrating to sell his shit,
Yeah, it's like
he's ruining everything there.
You know what gets me every time? All right. Salespeople, they have insecurities.
Yeah.
Insecurities. One of their insecurities is the way they handle their insecurity is they put on a nice suit. They put on a really, really nice suit. Mm-hmm. It's like their coat of armor. They feel like it protects them.
Yeah.
Like gives them shelter from like the aura. But it's so obvious when they walk in the room, because nobody who's there to be your friend, at a party full of widows, is walking in a 3-piece suit that was perfectly pressed with like $100,000 tie. Okay? They don't do that. Salespeople do that. You can see them a mile away coming. It's like it's if I was any normal person, I would like move to the other side of the room as they approach. You know, you want to be a good salesman? Walk in like a friend. Don't sell on that day. Add some value to their life. I think I've said this like 50 times during this show. Not this show, but this entire series. The key to sales success is adding value to people's life. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Finally, we agree on something.
We agree on almost everything. Yeah, I agree. They have this. They have a lot of insecurities, and just the thought is just I had while you were talking. I don't know what you were talking about, and I had this interesting thought that kept me entertained.
So you're a brick right now.
So,
you're not even like listening to what I'm saying. You're waiting for your turn to talk. I got it.
No, I heard everything you said. Just wasn't interesting. And so the thought is that maybe you were so right about those insecurities. So maybe this advice to let them say yes several times before you hear no, it's not preparation of the client to buy. It's just for me to feel better that you said yes, and I prepare myself to hear that no, that's coming obviously because my product is garbage.
You know
Otherwise,
what?
I won't be here.
If my producer would let me cry, I would start crying right now.
How it works both ways.
I would start crying right now in laughter because you're so right.
He's just the salesman preparing himself for the no.
Are you wearing shoes? Yes.
Oh yes.
Are you wearing clothes?
Yes.
Yes. Thank God, I'm getting.
I'm getting so many.
I'm getting somewhere.
It's just a tiny little.
Oh, I got something right.
Yeah, pills for insecurity. It just helps to. It's not the pills. It's just a band-aid. Band-aids for insecurities. Yeah, so I think
so by the time you get to the sky is blue, you're ready to pull the sales pitch.
Yeah, he said like market yourself as an expert. If you sell yourself as an expert first. As a professional consultant, you will remove the stigma associated with being a salesperson.
Okay, so you know what you're reminding me of? Have you ever driven down the street, you see these billboards? You see billboards?
Yeah.
Every single billboard is an expert. Every single one.
Yeah.
You ever driven down a street and it's like 5 lawyer billboards and they're all the expert at the exact same thing? You know, how do I believe you're an expert when the last 5 billboards were experts? Hey guys, that marketing strategy doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, and I want to say...
And you know what? They're insane.
Yeah.
Because they're hitting their head against the wall and expecting a different result. Yeah. Definition of insanity.
If you are a salesperson, be a salesperson. Don't pretend to be something else. And you know what? If you're selling something, you're kind of supposed to be an expert in your product.
I think that
you have to know your product.
I think that there's a truth. You know when there's a kernel of truth to what someone says, just like there's like a little truth.
Spit of truth.
A spit of truth. I think the way that it's being presented is wrong. I think that this is when I'm using the word I think, it's like my thoughts. It's not truth necessarily, but you can be perceived as an expert. Perceived. If you have reached the level of trust and respect with the relationship with the customer, it is now perceived that you are an expert at what you're selling because they don't want to work with anybody else because they trust you. You're officially an expert.
So he explains that, he discusses that being an expert is great when your customers perceive you as an expert first, so they recommend you to other people. Like you are a broader expert on the kind of, you sell one product, but they can see you're a broader expert in the similar things. So
yeah, but your referral engine.
They can recommend you, but what he's saying, put the facade first. And what, for example, I'm saying and you're saying, be a good salesperson. So you are by default an expert on your product, and you are also an expert on basic human psychology. And eventually people just gonna perceive you as an expert, and you don't have to put the facade. It's gonna be there. Be a salesperson.
Be a real person.
Don't pretend,
I don't like the word salesperson. You know what? I'm done with the word sales. I'm done.
Why? What's another word?
You know what the other word is? Someone who transfers value.
Well, it's again, you're masking.
No.
Sales. I'm saying something.
Okay, we're going to use the word sales again. But, it's like, there's a stigma. Sales is the word. But in reality, what is sales? It's a transaction between two people and both parties get value.
Okay, what's wrong with the word? You just, look, it's your insecurities talking right now.
You're right. That's my fucking insecurity.
And then he says, here are some action steps. Write an article. Get quote or interviewed in the media. Send newsworthy releases to the media. So basically, it's all outdated. So basically, use social media. That's what he's saying. Use social media.
Yeah.
To pretend that you're an expert there. That's okay. Then he...
Fake it till you make it.
Then you know what he advises to try? Host your own show.
Oh.
That's what we're doing here. Seek internet exposure. Thanks, Grandpa. Write and publish a book. Well, that's what we're gonna do next.
That's what we're gonna do next, guy. Check the comments. Check the description down below.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna see a sales pitch.
Yeah.
Buy our book.
No, anyway, there's gonna be something like our products you can buy, and I think book might be one of them.
A book might be one of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a one-liner book. So it's just one sentence in the whole
Every
book.
page is one sentence.
But it's so deep that I'm gonna encourage you to fill up the rest of the pages.
You know what?
It's gonna come with the pen.
So my favorite stand-up comedian is our friend Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, it's a great buddy of mine. Markusha, I call him.
Markusha. The only problem is, when you read this book, it puts you to fucking sleep.
And it has no pictures.
And the truth is that, like,
each page...
There are so many truth bombs in here that'll, like, change your life. But you gotta read this book in type font 9. No, type font 6. And then you have to get lucky to catch them, right? No. You know what? When we write our book, it's going to be one page, and it's going to be type font 25.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like ... Yeah. And next page.
Fill the rest yourself.
You fill the rest yourself. That's basically it. But Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. Great guy.
Great guy.
And the thing is also that each page is like taking 2 grams of melatonin.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can use that instead of buying it.
Yeah.
You know, and our book is gonna be like a coffee shop, like just...
You know what was a good book?
Yeah.
The Art of War. The Art of War was a good book. Very short.
Yeah.
Got to the point right up front. And there was very little writing. The type font, like 12.
Yeah. Not
bad. Times New Roman. That's a good type font for a book. So read Art of War. I mean, there's no way we could demolish that book. I can't demolish my friend Marcus.
Leave your wife, don't be a pussy, and write a book, The Art of War.
Yeah, I can't write.
Leave it for your children.
The only problem is his ideas have already been written. So if I write a book like Art of War, it's like I'm standing on his shoulders copying every word he says. By the way, a lot of these books are basically copy-paste of another book and paraphrased.
Okay, guys. Hit the like button. What else? What else in there? Notification bell.
Okay. So we've reached the point in the show where it's your turn. It's your turn.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Please subscribe.
Yeah. Would you like $1 million?
Would you like $1 million?
Would you like
Yes.
to hit a like button? Yes.
Is the
Answer
sky
is
blue? Yes.
Yes. Would you like to buy something from us? Yes.
Yes. Press the like button. Press the notification
Would you like
bell.
to subscribe?
Would
Yes.
you like to subscribe? Yes.
Because we are subscribed, so join us.
Yeah, I subscribed.
Yeah, I'm not yet, but maybe.
No, he didn't. He hasn't even subscribed yet. That's kind of pathetic. You should subscribe to your own channel.
Well, you shouldn't work more for that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay. So we'll see you at the next episode.
Yeah,
Thank you
we'll
so much.
We love you guys, but those who buy our stuff we love more. Thank you. You are welcome, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shattered dreams and tales so bold. False kings on their thrones of gold. Lies sold with a charming smile. Watching truth walk into the fire. Promises of riches vast. Wisdom stolen from the past. In this world of broken mirrors, their advice won't make it clear. Thus the myths of fake bliss, notice of demolition. Tear down walls of blindness, welcome true vision. Vision, true vision. True vision. Gurus preaching plans so grand, built on castles made of sand. Business tricks and self-help sham. Lies the liar, truth's the lamb. Shrouded in deceit and fear, echoes loud but never clear. Break the chains of advice cold, reclaim all they've stole and sold. Once the myths and fake bliss, notice of demolition. Tear down walls of blindness, welcome true vision. Vision, true vision. Demolition, demolition, demolition,
Hey, have a good day today.